Hello, good afternoon. My name is Akshay Kumar. I am PhD Physics in KB number Adhampur. So, I am going to teach a very important topic regarding the self-induction. So, first of all, we must have the knowledge of inductance. So, what is inductance? When the flux linked with to a coil undergoes some changes, then an induced EMF set up in a coil and hence a current is induced in a coil. So, by Faraday's law. So more will be the flux, more will be the current. So self-induction is nothing but it is the phenomena of inducing an EMF in the self coil due to the change in the current and hence the change in the magnetic flux in the coil. The induced EMF opposes the growth or the decay of the current in the coil and hence delay the current to acquire the maximum value. So that means self-inductance is nothing but it is the production of induced EMF in the same coil due to the change in the current in the coil itself. Self-induction is also known as the inertia of electricity because it opposes the growth or decay of the current that is being passed through it. Suppose if I is the current flowing through the coil, then we know that the magnetic flux linked with the coil will be changed due to the change in the magnetic field. So hence change in the magnetic flux, that is d phi upon dt, that will be proportional to I. And when the flux is linked to the coil, a current is induced through it and it is called inductance. So that means flux in the coil is directly proportional to the current in the coil. So that means phi is equal to I. So if we change the proportionality sign into equal to sign, but we get phi is equal to Li, where L is called the constant of proportionality, and here we will call it as coefficient of self-induction. Thus, the self-induction is defined as the magnetic flux linked with the coil when the unit current flow through it. So we can also relate this coefficient of inductance to the induced EMF. We know that induced EMF is given by E is equal to minus d phi upon dt according to Faraday's second law. So by substituting the value of phi is equal to Li, what we get E is equal to minus L di upon dt. So that means if di upon dt is equal to 1, that means current is being passed at the rate of 1 ampere per second, then L will be equal to E. So that means coefficient of self inductance will be equal to induced EMF. So that is self-inductance is defined as the induced EMF set up in the coil through which the rate of change of current is unity. So now we want to find the SI unit of the self-inductance. It is based upon the name of the scientist, that is Henry. So self-inductance is said to be 1 Henry when 1 ampere current in a coil link the magnetic flux of 1 Weber. Or the second definition in terms of induced EMF, self-inductance is said to be 1 Henry when the unit rate of current, that means 1 ampere per second, induces EMF 1 volt in the coil. Now we want to find an expression for the self-inductance of a solenoid. We know that magnetic field due to a solenoid is given by B is equal to mu naught Ni, where small n is the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid. So the magnetic flux link across one turn of the coil is phi per turn, that is equal to Va, and V is equal to mu naught Nia. So mu naught Ni upon I. So I cancel out. So magnetic flux linked across the n turns of the coil is given by phi is equal to mu naught n square Ia upon I. But phi is equal to Li, so L is equal to mu naught n square A upon I. So that is equal to mu naught small n square al, because n is the number of turns per unit length. So from here we can derive a very small expression for the energy in the inductor. So we know that energy is the small amount of work done in dW in establishing a current I in the coil in time dt is dW is given by minus EI dt. So small amount of work done dW is equal to Li di. So since E is equal to minus L di upon dt, so W, that means the total work done, can be found by integrating dW from 0 to I. So Li di. So that on integration what we get, half L I square. So now move to the next very important topic, that is mutual inductance. So mutual inductance is also the same phenomena as that of self-inductance, but here we will use two coils. So here we need two coils such that the flux of the two coil matches with each other, and these two coils are wound on the same axis. So whenever the current is passed through the one coil, so then an induced EMF is set up in the secondary coil due to the change in the magnetic flux. So therefore mutual inductance is the phenomena of inducing EMF in the secondary coil due to the change in the current in the primary coil, and hence the change in the magnetic flux in the secondary coil. So here we have taken two coils. So first coil having the area of cross section area A1 and number of turns N1. Second coil having area A2 suppose and number of turns N2. If two coils are placed in such a way that change in the current in the one coil induces EMF in the other coil, then this phenomena is called mutual inductance. Now we want to find the expression for it. Mutual inductance, if I1 is the current through the coil 1 and the magnetic field is produced due to this current, a flux is linked with the second coil is given by phi 2. Then phi 2 1. So that means which magnetic flux in the secondary coil due to 1 is proportional to the current in the first coil. So phi 2 1 is equal to M I1. If I1 that is equal to 1 ampere, then M is equal to phi, where M is called the constant of the proportionality and it is known as the coefficient of mutual induction. So hence the mutual inductance is defined as induced EMF set up in the secondary coil when the rate of change of current in the primary coil is unity. SI unit of the mutual inductance is Henry. Mutual inductance is said to be 1 Henry when the 1 ampere current in the primary coil link magnetic flux of 1 Weber across the secondary coil. Or mutual inductance is said to be 1 Henry when the unit rate of change of current, that means 1 ampere per second, in the primary coil induces EMF 1 volt in the secondary coil. So next we want to find the very important expression regarding the mutual inductance of the two long coaxial solenoids. So that means when the two coils are bound over each other having same axis, then the magnetic field in the primary coil or the primary solenoid, that is B1, is given by mu naught N1 I1. So then the magnetic flux linked across the one turn of the secondary coil, that is given by phi 21, is given by B1A. So that is mu naught small n1 I1A, that is equal to mu capital N1 I1A upon L. So therefore magnetic flux across the n turns of the Scandi coil is given by phi21 is equal to mu naught N1 N2 I1A upon L, because N1 is equal to capital N1 upon L. So but we know that phi21, that means the magnetic flux in the Scandi coil due to first is given by M21 I1. M21 is the coefficient of mutual inductance of the Scandi coil with respect to first coil. So M21 will be equal to mu naught N1 N2 A upon L, and in terms of number of turns per unit length, it can be written as mu naught N1 small n2 AL. Similarly, we can find that M12 is equal to mu naught N1 N2 A upon L, or that is equal to mu naught N1 N2 AL. So from here it is clear that for the two long coaxial solenoid of the coils of same length and the cross sectional area, the mutual inductance is same and lead to the principle of reciprocity. So that means M12 is equal to M21, that is equal to M. So mutual inductance is the principle of transformer. So that means whenever the magnetic flux linked with the first coil changes or the primary coil changes, an induced EMF, hence an induced current, is set up in the secondary coil. So we want to discuss some of the important additional information regarding the mutual inductance. Suppose if there are two solenoids which are bound on the magnetic core of the relative permittivity mu r, then mutual inductance M will be equal to mu naught mu r N1 N2 A upon L. If the solenoids, that means the coils S1 and S2, have the number of turns N1 and N2 of the different radii R1 and R2, where R1 is less than R2, then M will be equal to mu naught mu r N1 N2 pi R1 square upon L. Similarly, if the mutual inductance will also depend upon the relative placement of the solenoid, the coefficient of the coupling, that is K, between the coil having the self inductance L1 and L2 and the mutual inductance capital M, is given by K is equal to M upon under root L1 L2. So generally K is less than 1. If L1 and L2 are in series, then L will be equal to L1 plus L2. That means if the two coils are connected in series, then the total self-inductance will be equal to L1 plus L2. If the two coils are connected in parallel, then it will be 1 upon L is equal to 1 upon L1 plus 1 upon L2. So this is all about the self-inductance and mutual inductance.